Hi everyone, it's Killshot 99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live, and we got the Frozen Jungle, and we got Vox, we got Sly. This is a brand new season, everybody. We are super, super excited about this map. New gameplay, new rules. Unbelievable what you're going to be able to do with your lineup. Super, super excited to see our teams get down to business tonight. This one counts. This one is for the marbles. So, you know, we've had some questions out there today. We got some brand new items. You guys saw the jump potion. You saw a couple of new grenades that are out there. I'm going to blow you away with this bundle. There's some things in this bundle that you've only been able to get in the shop so far. So I think it's going to be a really, really fantastic event. Win or lose, you guys are going to have a blast playing tonight. So we see a few people kind of skating in. Where's all my people at? Where's Valar at? She should be here like, you know, hello kills, 999. Come on, Valar. I get, you spoil me, and then I'm here waiting, and then she's not here. So we got the mods in the house. How about Bomber Bones, the assassin Julia, Kel, in between working and taking all that data for you guys to get all this stuff. So amazing mod group. We had a great inventory weekend. So I could not be more excited about what we have in store. I also set up a alpha team, and we got some top secret stuff for you guys. They're not going to let you know. I mean, we're not going to talk about it yet, but what I'm going to tell you is Justice, Busy, Julia, Valar, Doc. I mean, we got a group, Dimes. I mean, we got a group that's putting some stuff together, and we're going to blow you away, like I said. All right, so let me show you what we got, because we got a couple things we got to talk about, and we got to get into the bundle, the bomber bundle, so on and so forth. First things first, take a look at the standings over on the left side. It is all zeros across the board. What that means is it is anybody's championship to win. Ark brought it home with the crypt, but now we're at the jungle, the frozen jungle, and everything is a little bit different tonight. Now, you can see that middle column. You guys help me out here. What does that middle column say? There's a picture of a battleship there. I don't want to hear any excuses about the schedules not being up, ready to go. People have been begging for these ship strikes to come back. Look what we got Monday night. That's Monday night, next Monday, right? We've got Ark at Jet, ship strike, 8:30. And then at 9:30, we've got Sly at Vox, ship strike, Monday night. So you guys are used to Monday and Wednesday. We got you something on Monday. And then, real quick, trivia question here. Who can tell me when the next ship strike is after this one? Come on now. I know y'all got this. You got a whole month to get ready. Come on, where's my fast typers at? See, what if I would have given y'all something to look up at the screen? We got ship strike on Monday night, and when is the next ship strike? November 24th. November 24th. Write these dates down. So nobody come back and say you didn't let me know. All right, that's the middle column. Middle column's going to tell you your ship strikes. Now, go over to the right column. Notice we got Faction Wars now just on Wednesdays. Not a trick question. So, Wednesday, which is tonight, October 22nd, Vox and Sly. Next Wednesday, Ark and Jet. The following Wednesday, November 5th, Jet and Vox. The Wednesday after that, Sly at Ark. We've got a month's worth of schedules up for you guys. How cool is that? You can see exactly when you play. You know what nights you play. And you got plenty of time to prep. So after tonight, Vox, we're not going to see you play again. We'll see you in Ship Strike. But we're not going to see Vox for 2 weeks. But look at Sly. Sly's got 3 weeks off from Faction Wars. They play first, and then we skip a couple weeks, and then we'll be back on November 12th. So really, really cool stuff. How are you guys liking the new schedules? I got a lot of positive feedback with it, so I think, I don't even think people like, I think I heard, I love it. I've heard love. So plenty of time for your strategies. Now, if your wife made you quit Play Dead Live because you were spending too many times playing Faction Wars, oops, maybe you quit too early. Because now we're playing on Wednesday nights, baby, and it's only every 2 or 3 weeks. So we have got this thing down to a science. We've got it. We got it mastered. All right. See, here's what we do. All right. We have fun. Let's get some sliver. Let's get some sliver rolls. You guys ready to see what the sacrifice is going to be tonight? All right. Vox and Sly, you guys got to watch. Here it is. We're going to put this sliver spinner. All right. Spin that wheel. Tonight's sacrifice is going to be. Ooh, red eye. You know, some of y'all might not have a lot of red eye. Some of y'all might have a lot of red eye. I got a feeling that red eye is probably a good sacrifice. You're probably like, yeah, I can save some of that other stuff. Okay, we got our sliver sacrifice. Now, Ron, you got to tell them what time it is, because I'm not ready to go to the bundle and the bomber bundle yet, but I am ready to give away 2 packs. But I'm not going to do it until I hear those magic words. Where is the messenger of the Lord? It's roll time, baby. Let's do it. All right, I need everybody here. Give me a number from. Give me a number from 1 to 12. 1 to 12. Let's see who can follow directions. All right, let's roll it. We got a box event that's going to be coming up in November. We pushed our box event back to November because we rolled out this new map. I know you guys want to get some packs under your belt, but be patient. We will get you a box event for sure. All right, here we go. 12-sider. Who's going to win those packs? It is. Ooh, who picked number 1? Trigger picked number 1. All right, congratulations, Trigger. I'm going to roll one more. Can't win both. Oh, my goodness. What's going on with these number 1s? There we go. All right. We went from number 1 to Yo 11, just like that. Deadly Dimes. So Trigger and Dimes. Congratulations. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. All right. Wait, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? No. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Come on now. We're not giving away debt. Oh, man. Wow. What did I get myself into tonight? All right. Looks like the inventory team's going to be gathering up some more data to find out who's getting those dead dimes. All right. Y'all get loud, make some noise. If y'all go crazy in chat right now, I'm going to make this bundle have a little something special in it, okay? But I got to see a lot of 999s. Light up the board. Because this bundle is going to be epic. All right, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see it. Here's tonight's Epic War Bundle with a brand new piece of gear. We got, take a look up top. We got Elixir of Extreme. We got Elixir of Steel. Triple Dimes. Navy Grenade. Remember, grenades are singular in these bundles. 5 post-battle pet revive. Graphene Carbine. 1 of each of your waxes. Take you over to the red bundle. We got red summon skins. Inferno ×1. Enrage 3. Frantic 5. Savage 6. Mag 7. Super 8. Hostile 9. This is a great Force Flame Bomb. It is incredible. Now that Fuse is an ability, I strongly recommend you see what Force Flame does because it's broken. You're getting 1 in tonight's bundle. Remember, grenades and bombs are singular in these bundles. Terror 10. We got the gold, 2 cruel blue gems. Encased Glyph, 2 cruel red. Smolder, healing rain potion. Gold summon skins, silver skins, And look what I did. Look what I did for y'all because y'all lit it up. How about an Unforgiven grenade? Unforgiven grenade in tonight's bundle. That's right. I know most of y'all are getting the bomber bundle, but I'm also giving you a free Unforgiven grenade in this bundle. Take you over to the green. Energy orb, spider silk, combat orb, orange crush grenade. You're going to want to launch some people, right? Max spark. Sparks are ×1 too. Vine smoke, gold spark ×1. Mystical glyph and max torment. Take you up top. We got standard recipes, of course, so you can do your crafting. Mythic summon skins, immortal summon skins. The all-new jump potion. Jump potion is ridiculous. Now remember, those of you that are used to using your rage, it's a potion. So you can't use an absorption and a jump. You can't use a rage and a jump, but you can drop that jump potion, and you can't be sparked until your next turn. That, for those of you getting max spark, spam gold sparked, this might be something you sneak in there when you don't need a potion. All right? Trust me, it's a good potion. And, come on, y'all. Look at this. Look at his crown. The artwork is immaculate. We've got H20, D17, B17, AP14, and the highest mass destruction ever put in the game. Tonight's epic Zenith crown. Kel, we got a ton of people picked up these bundles, which tells me a ton of people are excited about the frozen jungle. So light it up in chat right now. Let's see who all got it. And I'm going to take y'all. Most of y'all also picked up the bomber bundle. If you didn't, you got a couple more seconds while Kel's typing that, because I'm going to blow you away with this bomber bundle. Not only is there a lot of grenades in there, there's also some really, really cool stuff that you have not gotten in a bundle before. All right. So Kel's going to light that up. While we do that, let me show you tonight's epic Super Bomber Bundle. Take you a look at the Grizzlies. We are doing more events, so the Grizzlies are going to be a key element. Friday nights are back. We're finishing up the Kills event this Friday, and then we're back to our story. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 20 Grizzly grenades. You should be throwing those things. It's 360 damage. But then we go down to that second row. Specialty grenades are used for a lot of things. 2 Raptures, 2 Oracles, 2 Lithium, 2 Seismic. Now, remember, in the regular bundle, those grenades are singular. All of these are double. 2 Vapor, 2 Snowstorm, 2 Gen, 2 Red Eye, which you're going to be sacrificing. 2 Top Hats, 2 Whammo, 2 Unicorn, 2 Grinch, 2 Glitch, 2 Milo, 2 Maximon, 2 Unforgiven. We haven't done a bomber bundle in 2 months. 2 Trex grenades, Summoning Grenade, Spade Grenade, and Sweet Tea. Now, this middle column is one of each, okay? These are not double. But look at what else we're giving away tonight. These are singular. If you get the Super Bomber, you got to get the whole thing. So you get the Sad Grenade, the all-new Cobra Grenade, the new Dracarys Grenade, and the new Trance Grenade. 1 Sad, 1 Cobra, 1 Dracarys, 1 Trance, and I'm not done. I'm going to give you 2 more things. Kel, type up who's getting these bombers, because it is crazy. We might have some other people messing you. I'm going to give you an R12, and I'm also going to give you a Rad Rage Potion. Right? R12 and Rad Rage. Only way you've been able to get those before is in the shop. So, we got to get down to business. Kel's going to show you who got those. Meanwhile, I'm going to take you over to the main screen, and I got to get some pre-match buffs going for my starters tonight. So, if you are Tiny, Sly's also playing a zombie, so no buffs. Tiny, Dimes, and Bones. If you are Ron, Crimson, Cat, and Doc, give me those pre-match buffs. Look at those bomber bundles. Dimes, Julia, Justice, Valar, Cat, Bones, Dow, Busy, Crimson, Pope, Trigger, Sheila, Dr. Di, and Kel. And if somebody in your faction doesn't have this, pick up the phone and call them and say, we have not done one of these in 2 months. So you ain't going to see another bomber bundle for another month. All right, here we go. Taking you down to the Sly field, everybody. Woo! Look at this frozen jungle. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. Going first in the tank zone, we got Tiny the Tank. Tiny, followed by Dr. Die in the DZ. Dr. Die followed by Zombie Sly in the Bomber Zone. Zombie Sly followed by Cat in the Rover Zone. Cat followed by Deadly Dimes. Dimes is sieging the Rover and the Sniper and the Captain. Dimes followed by Father Ron in the Bomber. Siege, Captain, Sniper. Ron will be followed by Bones in the DZ. She's challenging. And Crimson will be in the Tank Zone. Dr. Die is challenging. It is 8:30 on the dot. Tonight, timers not challengeable. Going first is Tiny. 20-second timer, Tiny. Tiny beat the timer with a couple seconds to spare. So Tiny's going to get into the tank, go to the temple steps, and burnoose the wall. All right, Tiny in the tank. Let's move Tiny to the temple steps. Burnoose that wall for some extra damage. Tiny with a cannonball. And look where the cannonballs go now. They go in your skull box. Dark Boss to Main Street, Negation Wand, and a Pet Repel. Going to get rid of Cat's Rays. All right, Dark Boss going to Main Street. Tiny playing Boss in 1. Cap in 3. Negation Wand's going to take the Air Wands off the board. Ron says, wait. S8, Snowstorm to bury the dead with Duplex. All right, they're going to go red-blue to stop the bury the dead. But they did throw a Snowstorm, so they do get a throw. They're in the throw zone. Let's give them a throw. They don't bury the dead, and Dr. Die with a red-blue. It's going to hit Tiny and break his gear absorption. Tiny does have the gear absorption. All right, let's go over to the Doctor. Dr. Die, 20-second timer for you. Dr. Die is going to DZ Portal. Dr. Die heading over to the other side. Going to play Stasis. On Dimes with a Seal and a Rage St. Elmo. Whew. Dimes with that Stasis. Seal, Rage St. Milo. Sliver ability, sacrifice a Red Eye. All right, Dr. Die going to pump that sliver up to 25. From 20 to 25. Portal, Stasis, Seal, Milo to the Watchtower. It hits. All right, light that first Watchtower for the road team. And give him points for the Milo. And Milo is a throw grenade. So they get their first throw. All right, let's go over to Zombie Sly. Dimes. Disable or attack. All right, what are you going to disable? Cyborg or Forge? Actually, it's got to be Cyborg, right? Sorry. Cyborg. All right. Disable Cyborg. That means we got Dynamite for disabling Cyborg. And let's go over to Cat. Cat, 20-second timer. All right, we got get into Rover. Go to their DZ. Cannonball for Cat. Minion to Tiny. Sorry, not a cannonball for Cat. A tire for Cat. Let's change that. Tire for Cat. So we got Rover, go to the DZ, Minion, Seal, Snowstorm to the wall, sacrifice a Red Eye, and then Duplex. All right, let's see what they got. All right, going to play Insomnia. That is Dragon number 1 for Team Sly. They have 4 dragons left. F4, halt, 1, 2, 3. Insomnia makes it a regular Snowstorm. Ouch. All right, they do get the throw for the Snowstorm. But Cat only getting 50% of a black block because the juice was taken away. 50 black remaining, only half of a black block. All right, 20-second timer, Dimes and Stasis. Range Rover, move to their DZ. All right, let's give a tire to Deadly Dimes. Tire and Cannonball. Actually, going to move to their BZ, sorry. Dimes moving up to the Bomber Zone. Range Rover, move to their BZ. Slush Wand to Crimson with a Pet Repel. Cut her Tank Rage in half with the Slush Wand. Ice Wands are off the board. H7 Milo to kill Stasis. Ron says it hits. Sacrifice a Red Eye. And Duplex. Ron was quick on the hits, and the reason is because Stasis cannot be targeted by Milo. So Dimes, you have to redirect that Milo. Remember, Stasis pets can only be killed by grenades that you can drop, like Orange Crush. Sacrifice is good. Duplex is good as well. All right, so Dime's going to throw it at the wall. Ron, Got a redirect. H7 Milo. He says it still hits. All right. Now, they do get the points for the Milo. They do get their second throw grenade. So they are now in the hit zone. It is H7, so it's got some juice on it, and it is Bernoost. So not a bad consolation prize. Deadly Dimes, black block, and a green block, and 15% of a green block, 85 green remaining. So good grenade hit after all of that. All right, let's go to Father Ron. Ron, 20 seconds. What you got? Timer is, ooh, we barely got it. He's going to get into battleship. Ron in a battleship with a cannonball. Send a stasis over to Bones. Holy Avenger, gotcha. So he's going to Holy Avenger your wall, which means he's taking that Bernoost off of it. Holy Avenger their wall, get into battleship, stasis to Bones, seal, Rage Milo to the Watchtower. And you can't duplex. Well, actually you can, sorry. All right, Bones, you are duplexed. So if you sacrifice, you have to pay double the grenades. All right, so Bones is duplexed. So with double the grenades that you would need to sacrifice. And that's really good when teams have like Unforgivens and stuff too. All right, Avenger, Battleship, Stasis, Seal, Rage Milo to the Watchtower. We like Watchtower number 2 and give him the Milo. Now, they've already hit the throw zone, so that will have no impact. He will get the points for the Milo, but that is a throw grenade, not a hit grenade. And each have 2 lit up. All right, Bones and Stasis, 20-second timer. Monolith, Seal, F5 Bunko. Going to play duplex. Going to sacrifice 2 red eyes. And Ron says, wait. So Monolith is good. Seal is good. We'll see how the buncos go. Now, just as an FYI, in that case, Bones could have targeted her own stasis as well. The key is you can't throw the grenade down at your feet, but if you throw a bunco and it splits, bunco does redirect. All right, but she's going gold. She's going bunco to the minion in stasis. So the minion is gone. Dime stasis. They're going to use a gold blue, second blue of the game. Gold from the gold blue will take out Bones's gear absorption. All right. And the final move in round number 1 is Crimson, 20-second timer. And Ron, let me know whose gold blue that is. I think it's Ron's. Because he didn't put a name on it. All right. So Crimson beats the timer. Crimson's going to get in the tank. Now they've already gotten their cannonball. Going to move to the pyramid stairs. Seal, Dark Boss to the side chest. Crimson playing Dark Boss in 1 with cap in 3. Dark Boss could be worth an extra 25 if it caps. Sacrifice Red Eye, going to use the duplex ability. And E1 St. Milo to the Watchtower. Crimson. Pick odd or even. Picking odd, let's roll it. It is even. So she did take out the monolith, but does not light the Watchtower. She does get the Milo points. And that is the end of round number 1. At the end of round number 1, we've got no blessings. DZ. Vox 25. Sly 0. We're going to light up Strawman because they have a DZ edge. So Strawman number 1. 5-0. Slivers. Let's remove a sliver blessing from each. Vox 25, Sly 22. All right, round number 2, Tiny. 20-second timer starts right now. Tiny gonna play Needle to the Haystack. Tiny, Needle. In 2, cap in 3. Seal and Thrill, Bunko to Dimes and Bone Stasis, sacrifice Red Eye for their Sliver and Sliver ability. A Sliver ability is duplexed. That's going to bump the Sly Sliver up to 32. Ron says it hits. And that is H8 Bunko. We'll take out both of the stasis. Needle's good. Seal and Thrill is good. Everything else is good. Beats the timer. All right, Doc, you're up. 20-second timer, Doc. Doc beats the timer. Doc gonna play red minion to Dimes. But steal Dimes and Rover. Ouch. That's wrong. And torment Dimes. Doc says, give me that truck. Putting a minion on her, taking her vehicle. Gonna use Cease ability on Bones. So Bones, you get one more ability, and that's the last one. Dimes has, or Doc has no more abilities. All right, Dimes, you got an E2 Inferno to Strawman. It hits. And remember, Doc, you used the E2, but Strawmen do not require juice. So Strawmen, unlike Watchtowers, you can just throw the Inferno. And the reason I point that out is because that would free up another potion like a jump or absorption, right? So, but she does like the Strawman. That's Strawman number 2. Dimes is on foot. All right, Minion's good. Mistral's good. Torment, E2, and Cease, all good. All right, Zombie is disabling. So let's go over to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. Did not beat the timer. Going to go Stasis to Dimes. Wow. All right. Dimes is not a valid target. So you're going to have to redirect that stasis. You have to play it because you played it. But because Dimes has minion, she cannot have more than one pet. Pet repel. Sliver ability and S6 Unforgiven. A sliver ability is going to be double. Vox slivers up to 35. So we need Dimes to let me know if the S6 Unforgiven hits, and we need Cat to redirect that stasis to another player. All right, Bones, you're getting a stasis. All right. Going to go Mythic Blue. First blue of the game. And that Mythic is going to break Cat's seal. All right, let's go over to Deadly Dimes. 20-second timer Dimes. Cat going to max absorb, so we'll give her a seal back. She is sealed. Dimes beat the timer. Dimes going to walk down to their DZ. Walking down with your minion. With your Torment Smoke. Wicked Boss. To the side chest. Dimes playing Wicked Boss in 2. Would cap in 4. And that would create a minus 50 for Team Vox when their boss caps. Move their DZ, Wicked Boss, Gold Spark Ron, Dragon Smoke, S6 Unforgiven to the wall, and Sliver Ability. Sliver Ability is double. Sliver's up to 42. All right, everybody trying to get in that hit zone, and they're not able to do it. So, final blue of the game for Team Vox already. Gold Spark to Ron. He's still in his boat, but he's gold sparked. Ron, I'm going to go back. We got 2 problems here, okay? 1, Dimes has no rover, so she can't hit the wall. Number 2, she's tormented, so she can't S6. So, Dimes, you got a Unforgiven that you have to hit a target, and you got no juice on that. So, Ron, I'm going to give you a chance to pull that blue back. So, Unforgiven to a different target, something that's in range. And it's a regular Unforgiven. Where you at, Dimes? You with me? All right, their boss. All right, regular Unforgiven going to their boss. Ron, does it hit? Does hit. Now, you will get credit for a hit zone. That does light up your first hit zone. 2 to go. You do damage their boss, which is Crimson's boss. You take it down to 90%. And you play a Dragon Smoke, but they have not sieged, so your Dragon Smoke fizzles. It does because you got no gems that are dimmed at this point. All right, let's go to Ron. 20-second timer, Ron. Dimes is no longer tormented. Dimes, you're doing well. I know it's a lot, the captain, and you're getting the hang of it and to get your moves in, but just keep practicing. It'll come to you. Ron, Julia, Kel, like none of them learned this overnight. So just keep playing, have fun, and don't beat yourself up over a couple mistakes because it's going to happen until you get more comfortable. All right, Ron beat the timer easily. Ron going to play Needle, Pet Repel. Ron playing Needle in 2, cap in 3. Navy to the temple, sacrifice a red eye, and play Hush to Bones. Bones, you are hushed. And this is the last night anybody will be playing Hush because the crown takes it out of cycle. No gear ability next turn, Bone. Ouch, that was wrong. They ceased you and then hushed you. That's a great combo. Yeah, Navy can be prevented. It just can't be blued. So Needle is good. Pet Repel's good. Navy. Hush to Bones. And sacrifice Red Eye. Tiny going to prevent the Navy. You got it. All right, Bones, they're doing some trickery on you. They didn't like that monolith. All right, let's go over to Bones. 20-second timer. Timer's up. Nerf timer is up. All right. Didn't matter. She didn't need a nerf anyway. So, Bones says, I'm going to go Pet Repel. Absorption. Spruce to the Temple Flame. All right, and they put out that Temple Flame. Ron says it hits because I got no more blues. All right, let's go over to Crimson. 20-second timer, Crimson. Beats the timer. Crimson is going to go Colossal Kang to their boss. Navy to the pyramid. Pet Repel. That's right. You do have one back. My bad. Let me move that back. You couldn't have blued it anyway, though, because it was a spruce. So, see, I didn't give it back to you, and you couldn't have used it anyway. How about that? All right, we got Colossal Kang. Crimson playing Colossal Kang. Could be worth 73. Navy to the pyramid. Put out that pyramid. Pet Repel and Sliverability. And she was duplexed, so it's going to pump that sliver up to 45. All right, and that is the end of round number 2. The end of round number 2, everybody. We're going to move Crimson and her gold tank into the pyramid. We're going to move Tiny and his gold tank in the pyramid. Captains, give me your subs. So each team getting a blessing. DZ 00. Sliver 42 points. Team Sly 45. Team Box. Let's remove one of these Sliver Halos from each team. There is no straw man advantage for the DZ because it was even. But Cat with a halo. Dimes with a halo. Bones has 2. Cat has 2. And Doc has 2. Elevation is going to wreck some people. Bones going to elevate herself. Doc losing her seal. Cat losing Pet Repel and her seal. Dimes losing Pet Repel. Dr. Dye heading out. Trigger into DZ. Tiny heading out. Football in the tank zone. All right. We're going to go to round 3. Before we start round 3, I'm going to cap Tiny's boss, and I'm going to cap Tiny's needle. Boss and a needle for Team Sly getting on the board. Points are always good. And let's go to football. 20-second timer football. Lineup is football, trigger, zombie, cat, and the rest is the same as it was. Beats the timer. Move into the temple, boss to Main Street. Ball in the temple, let's put a boss on Main Street. That boss is played in 3. We'll cap in round 5. Gold Spark Ron with a pet repel. Keeping Ron gold sparked. Bunko to Dimes Minion and Bone Stasis. Minion is gone and Stasis is gone. Going to duplex. Sacrifice a red eye. All right, movement's good. Boss is good. Gold Spark's good. Pet Repel is good. Bunko is good. And red eye and a duplex all good. Let's go to trigger. 20-second timer to trigger. Trigger going to DZ portal. And minion to football. Seal Inferno Strawman. It hits. All right, hits. It'll break her gear absorption. 3 Strawman lit. Sliver ability. That is a singular ability, but it'll pump that sliver up to 50. And sacrifice the red eye. All right, she moves to the portal, plays minion on football, drops a seal on herself, lights a straw man, plays her sliver ability and sacrifice, and she says, you know what? I'm going to use an absorption potion. But she did have gear absorption, so she'll still have an absorption. All right. Zombie Sly, round 3. It's going to light 2 strawmen, but because they don't have strawmen, it's going to put out 2 strawmen. All right, so 2 strawmen are doused. And unfortunately, plays a boss. Now it's going to stack a boss. If something happens to the other boss. And it will stack on Main Street. All right, so boss in 3, cap in 5. So in that instance, Dimes, probably would have been better to not have football play the boss. Right? Because your zombie was going to get it anyway. All right. So, put out 2 strawmen. plays a boss. Obviously, they have their zombie prevention, but that's the zombie attack. All right, let's go to Cat. 20-second timer, Cat. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang to their boss. Seal and Thrill. Unforgiven to the wall and Cease Dimes. The Dimes, you get one more ability, and that will be your last ability. Cat has no more abilities. All right. S8, Unforgiven to the wall. It's going to hit. That is a throw grenade, so that's going to close window number 3 in the throw zone. And we get a black block and a green block with the Unforgiven. Kang's good, Seal and Thrill's good, Unforgiven hits the wall, and Cease over to Dimes. Dimes, your move. 20-second timer, and this is your final gear ability. Timer is up. Move to their DZ. You're already there. Red Needle. Seal and Thrill. Dimes playing Needle in 3 with Cap in 4. Unforgiven to Football's minion, an MD4. Ron says it hits. Okay, so the first target was the minion. So movement, you're already there, so you're going to stay there. Red Needle's good. Seal and Thrill. Give you a seal. Unforgiven. Ron says it hits. And MD4. All right, let's get rid of that minion. And 4 windows are lit. One more window would mean all they would have to do is play a Dragon Smoke and a Dracarys, and they would summon Goddard and light the first ever Dragon Tower. All right, before Ron's turn, we're going to cap his Needle. All right, Ron, 20-second timer. Minion to Football with a blue spark. Ron says enough of this gold spark nonsense. Put a minion back on football. Blue spark so it gets back to normal size. M7 Grizzly to the wall and play Dominion on Bones. All right. Bones. You cannot play any rage above S7 the remainder of the game. S7 is the highest rage you can play the remainder of the game. Football is going to Judas that Grizzly. And it's an S8 Grizzly. Ron says wait. Ron, what are we waiting on? Trigger going to Judas it back. All right, we got a double Judas. Dimes, balls in your court. Literally. It hits. All right. Say, hey, we got that legend out of play. We're going to let it hit. S8 Grizzly. By the way, Ron has an E3 from the boat. S11. Green block, blue block, and a blue block. Triple block shot for Father Ron. What is this new wall strategy that Ron has? Let's go over to Bones. Bones is Dominioned. 20-second timer. Dominion will be the same for all players. Once Dominion is tabbed, you know what it is. Needle to the haystack. Bones playing needle. And 3 with cap in 4. Dust a cat, E1 summoning to the watchtower. It hits. All right, light that first watchtower. And you are summoning a, what type of watcher? Colossal watcher. All right. Let the record show. Watcher is on watchtower number 3. Father Ron. All right, let's go over to Crimson. 20-second timer. Scratch that. Hold up, Crimson. No rush. Stop. We're going to cap Crimson's boss first, and we're going to cap a Colossal Kang. So Dark Boss caps, Colossal Kang caps. First flag for Vox. All right, now we'll give Crimson her 20-second timer. Timer is up. Nerf timer is up. We still need her move. We still got a timer going. We still need Crimson's move. That's fine, but we got to get a move. You guys are missing time here, Ron. We got a player we're waiting to play. We can challenge that after we get her move in. All right. I see her move. So somebody else type it. I've got Needle to the Haystack, Dragon Smoke, Unforgiven to the Wall, and Hush Football. So Ron, can you type it and see if it'll let you type it? And I do see it. She did post it within the timer. I think it's the abbreviation. Yeah. Crimson, what you sent me looked like it said needle to his D. So I think YouTube's like, yeah, I don't know what she's typing. Because she put needle to haystack and D smoke unforgiven. So I think the needle to his D sounded like you were pulling some Lorena Bobbitt stuff that you shouldn't be doing to somebody's D. All right. They're going to play Dolly. Crimson. None of that stuff matters. You get to play one pet. What's it going to be? You want to stay with the needle or play something different? Oh, and honestly, I was only halfway joking. I mean, I think that's why it blocked it. Vox, can you let me know about this pet so we can get this next move on? Ron, Doc, Crimson. All right, needle. Okay. Crimson playing needle. In 3 with cap and 4. The needles are dimes, bones, and crimson. All right, so there were 2 Kangs. Dimes, give me a 999 if you understand that. Cat did play a Kang. Crimson played a Kang as well. So that's 146. So we're good to go. All right. Let's go to round 4. Let's get back on track here, everybody. That took about 5 minutes. So round number 4, football, 20-second timer. Timer's up. Up, he beat the timer. Good to go. Seal and Thrill. Orange Crush the Minion and a Sliver. All right, it hits. Let's get rid of that. I do have to do the end of the round deduction. So really quickly, at the end of round number 3, we would have removed one of these. We would have removed one of these. We would have given Cat a halo. We give Trigger a halo. Give Bones a halo. DZ points would be give Dimes a halo. DZ would be 0-0. Strawman, 5 Vox, 0 Sly. Temple, Crimson, and Football, and Sliver that round was 42 for Sly and 50 for Vox. All right, we got footballs move in. We're good to go. Let's go over to trigger. 20-second timer, trigger. Beats the timer. There, DZ. Dark boss to chest. Trigger playing dark boss in 4. We cap in 6. Steel Bones, Colossal Kang. No Kang for you, Bones. Dragon Smoke, Inferno to the Straw Man, and Duplex ability. It hits. All right, Dragon Smoke. We're going to put out the Bomber Zone. That was dim. They're going to relight it. Going to light Straw Man number 2. Easy. All right. Zombie's going to attack. Watchtower last time. This time, 2 straw men. I'm sorry, not 2 straw man. 2 blocks. 2 blocks, not 2 straw men. And it's going to be a green block and a blue block. Now, there is no needle available. So, it'll skip that turn. The zombie will play a needle next round if there's a haystack available. You do have to have a valid target. And there is no ability to play it. So zombie's needle is on hold for now. All right, let's go over to cat. 20-second timer, cat. Timer's up. Nerf timer is up. All right, cat is going to voyage the snowplow to the wall. Mythic Gideon, Dragon Smoke, and Unforgiven to the wall. All right. Cat releasing the snowplow. 2 blocks. They are preventable dimes. Cat with a wave award. Let me know if the snowplow hits, and then we got a S8 Unforgiven following up the snowplow. It hits. All right, cat taking out a blue block and a red block with the plow. And then the Unforgiven taking out a red block and a red block. And going to light up, relight their second Dragonstone. And because the Unforgiven hit, Dragon Tower, Dragon Window number 4. Each has 4. All right, Deadly Dime, start of your turn. We're going to cap your needle. We're also going to cap your boss. Flag number 2. Needle number 2. 20-second timer. Yes. Beats the timer. Ward to Bones. Thrill, F4 Unforgiven to the wall with slime. Bones has Ward. Unforgiven to the wall. And they are using the slime ability. That's the first. Mythic Dark Blue from Crimson. Stop it. That'll nerf the next grenade that they throw by 25%. Let's go to Ron. Ron. 20-second timer. No slime because she was ceased. Yep, we'll back it up. So they have 0 slime abilities for Team Sly. Gold Grendel to the haystack. Ron playing Gold Grendel. S8 Unforgiven to the wall. Ron says I can play slime though. Immortal Blue. That will break Ron's seal. Ron says, I'm going to max absorb that. So he keeps this. All right, before Bones' turn, we're going to cap Bones' needle. Needle number 3 for Team Sly. And also before Bones' turn, Cat got the first Junkyard Dog award. Battleship, Rover, Tank, Snowplow. 50 points for Cat, Junkyard Dog. All right. Now we go to Bones. Boss to the side chest. Bones playing boss in 4. Cap in 6. Milo to the Watchtower and Gold Spark Crimson. Ron hits her weight on the Milo. It hits, and that is not a hit grenade. It is a throw grenade, but it does hit. So they like the Watchtower, and they do get the Milo points. Watchtower number 2. All right, and then the final move of the first half. But we got to cap Crimson's needle first. Needle number 2. And Crimson, 20-second timer. Still nothing. Vox, I got nothing from Crimson, and we're almost a minute and a half in on the move. Yeah, I know she's typed on 2 accounts because both have posted something. All right. If she's going to send it to me, can you guys also cut and paste it? Because I can't see it. So I get it. She's typing it, and it shows up to her, but it doesn't show up on the channel. So if we know this, then she can send it to me, and you guys can repost it so it doesn't take 3 minutes. There it is. All right, I got it now. I can see it. All right, Mortal Grendel, F4 Unforgiven to the Wall, and Hush Football. All right, we got 2 Grendels up there, both controlled by Team Vox. Ron with a gold Grendel, Crimson with the emo Grendel. Hush to Football, so no gear ability by Football. And F4 Unforgiven. Dime says wait. All right, Dimes, what's the move? What are we waiting on? Bones Immortal Blue. All right, she's going to max absorb it. So she keeps her seal. It would have been a big hit with the tank juice as well. But both teams are completely out of blues, and that gets us to halftime. Captains, give me your second half subs. Lingering Smoke is gone. Cat, Halo number 4. Dimes, number 3. Dimes and Cat both losing their seals. Trigger losing her seal. Bones. Ward is gone. So are your seals and smokes. Let's remove a sliver blessing from each team, both down to 2. Three blessings to 2. Crimson has been there 3 rounds. Football 2. Sorry, it's 3 blessings to 3. Tiny was there in round number 1. Strawman, I've got 10 points Vox, 0 Sly. Sliver, I got 50. For Vox, I got 52 for Sly. Tim in the ozone. Tiny coming back in the ozone. All right, looks like other than that, teams are going to stay the same. Dimes heading back to the rover. Crimson heading back to the tank without her tank. Football heading back to the tank. Trigger heading back to her DZ. Cat, no rover. Ron losing his boat. All right, so the order is as follows. Football, Trigger, Zombie, Cat, Dimes, Ron, Bones, Crimson, Tiny, and Tim. Tiny Tim. It is a close game. It will come down to the wire. We got 2 rounds left. Before football's turn, the zombie boss is going to fizzle, but football is going to cap boss number 3 for Team Sly. Football, 20-second timer. Very close, competitive game, as it should be in the frozen jungle. Timer's up. He did beat the timer. Football heading back to the temple. Mortal Grindle to the haystack. Got 3 Grindles occupying it. Max Spark, Sir Tim, Max Seal to dimes. S8 Unforgiven with MD4. They're up to MD8. Mortal Sonar from Crimson. Unforgiven's going to hit, but we're going to nerf it. Now that Unforgiven is going to light up Dragon. That's a hit grenade. So all 5 are lit. If a Dragon Smoke and a Dracarys are played on that tower, it will summon Goddard and fully light the Dragon Tower. All right, let's nerf 30%. Crimson going to play Chromica. That is Dragon number 1. They can play 4 dragons still with no penalty. Football, that becomes an F5 Cataclysm after the Sonar. Blue block is out of play, and 60% of a blue block is gone. You got 40 blue remaining. So, Team Sly has 4 red and 40% blue. Team Vox, 2 red. I need a score check. I think Vox only has 1 red block, and I did not remove it. Give me 1 second. We're going to go back. Because I think Cat took out a blue and a red, and then the next grenade took out 2 red. Give me a second. Yep. Vox should only have 1 red block remaining. When Cat released the plow, it took out a blue and a red. Got that, Dimes? All right. Bones also playing Chromica. That's their second dragon. All right, let's go from football over to Trigger. Trigger, 20-second timer. Beats the timer. Trigger going to DZ Portal. Talon Crimson to the temple. Dust to dimes. Milo to the Watchtower with Slime. All right, first of all, he does intervene. But it's a wasted intervene because Trigger didn't pay the juice for the Watcher. But you do still have to intervene it. She can put whatever juice she wants, but the Milo would not have hit. All right, DZ Portal's good. Talon is good. Dust is good. She only paid F4. And the Slime is the second Slime ability. But Football did intervene it, so they get no points regardless from the Milo. All right. Zombie attacks. This is round number 5. So the zombie's going to do a couple things. One, zombie, we're going to give you the option. Dimes, remember, you get an option now. In round 5. Called the zombie rules. So you can light the watchtowers. Or take out 2 blocks. So Dimes, you want 2 watchtowers or 2 blocks? Now, going forward, and I know this is the first night, but if you guys play a zombie, when we get to 5, just know in advance and let me know what you're going to do. It'll speed it up a little bit. And in round 6, you'll get an option too. 2 towers or 2 blocks? Dimes? 2 blocks. All right, taking out a blue and a red. All right, also, zombie has a needle, right? So, needle will be played, and it will die because Ron's Grendel will take it out. So there's still a Grendel by each team that's up there. So that takes care of the zombies play. All right, let's go over to Cat. 20 seconds, Cat. We got Cat, Dimes, and Ron. Cat going to move to their DZ. Scold to Tiny, and thank you, because we probably would not have remembered it was called a Scold. And Inferno to the Straw Man. Scold is going to give Cat a absorption. So dimes, it says it hits. All right, let's Inferno. Light up that third straw man. Her absorption is immediately gone. But the Scold hits Tiny, takes Tiny down to 90. And we'll light up that Watchtower. Sneak around the Watcher. All right, so the next one will be down here on number 1. All right, let's go to dimes. Deadly dimes. Beats the timer. Colossal Kang to the boss. Max Spark, Sir Tim. Tim cannot move. He is stuck in place. Her absorption was absorbed by the kickback from the straw man, Doc. That's why I put it down temporarily and then immediately removed it. When you attack a straw man, it kicks back and deals damage to you. Nope, you're fine. All right, so Colossal Kang is good from dimes. Possible 73. Max Spark to Sir Tim. Thraxus is the third dragon. Dimes will get a E3 during Dragon Storm. They got 2 dragons remaining. Going to play Dragon Smoke. That will set the stage. They are 1 Dracarys away from lighting the Dragon Tower. Cat's going to prevent the Dracarys. So they do get credit for the smoke. Kang is good. Spark is good. Thraxus is good. Dragon Smoke sets up the ignition. And Dracarys is prevented. All right, let's go over to Father Ron. 20 seconds, Ron. Colossal Wicked Kang. Bounce dimes. Oh, no, she did not. So you're good. I did not see the absorption. So I thought the Scold to Tiny, she was saying the absorption. But she did play an absorption potion. So yes, she can get credit for that one. Good challenge then. All right. So Cat is absorbed because she played an absorption and she got the absorption from Scold. Yep. Good call. All right. Colossal Wicked Kang. And that is going to bounce dimes as Kang back. She could play it again if she gets the chance, but for now, it's not in play. Ron's could be worth 73 if their boss caps. 2 bosses yet to cap. Max Seal over to Cat. Cat has a seal and an absorption. F5 Unforgiven to the wall with MD4. And that does light. Dragon Tower number 5. And Father Ron with a gold bar. Gold bar for Father Ron. First wall is taken out. Let's build the wall back. All right, Bones. Your boss is going to cap. Next round. Not this round because we're in round 5. How about that? All right, Bones. 20-second timer. All right, Bones plays Colossal Gideon, Torment Sir Tim. F4 Maximon to the Watchtower and Pet Score. All right, we'll start with the Colossal Gideon. Is a minus 58 after Pet Score. Putting Torment on Sir Tim. Colossal Gideon huge there. F4 Maximon to the Watchtower. Ron says wait. Ron's going to prevent it to keep from lighting the Watchtower. All right, let's go over to Crimson. 20-second timer, Crimson. We have Crimson, Tiny, and Tim. Beats the timer. Last round, she can use a legend. Playing the Quake. We'll kick football out of the temple. And close that second chamber. Playing Watcher to the Watchtower. Watcher will go on Watchtower number 3. Crimson adding 10 points as well. Max Spark Tiny. Slow Tiny down. Play Slime, which is Slime 3. Dimes immediately says it hits. And it does not light the Dragon Tower. Because no Dragon Smoke was played. And it would have had to target the tower. But she played it to the wall. So a couple things here. The Dracarys does hit the wall. But keep in mind, if you're using it to light the Watchtower, you have to play Dragon Smoke, and you do have to target the Watchtower with the final Dracarys. But she targeted the wall, so let's get the damage. It does hit. Crimson taken out. Black block and a green block. Double blocks for the Dracarys. All right, let's go to Tiny, who is max sparked, so he is slowed. 20-second timer, Tiny. Tiny can get into the turret. The slow will fall off. Colossal Kang to the boss. 73. Gold Spark to Ron. Dragon Smoke and Dracarys to the tower. Sacrifice a red eye to the sliver. And sliver ability. And Crimson going to prevent the Dracarys. So turret is good. Colossal Kang is good. Gold Spark, Dragon Smoke, Dracarys combo. But it is prevented. All right, and a final move before we get to Dragon Storm. Sir Tim, 20-second timer. Timer is up. First nerf timer is up. Second timer is up. Ron, that is 4 timers. Do we have Tim? Oh, there we go. All right. Cannot get into the turret because he is max sparked. Kang is good. So Sir Tim playing Kang. And it is mythic. So 63. Going to turn into a tank. Dragon Smoke and Dracarys to the Dragon Tower. And sacrifice a red eye. All right, let's sacrifice the red eye. All right, so let me also go back to Dragon Smoke, okay? Once you play a Dragon Smoke on the tower, it will stay there. So both teams have played a Dragon Smoke. It just won't ignite until the Dracarys hits, okay? So both teams have that already lit up. So Kang to their chest, turns it to a tank. Dragon Smoke is good. Dracarys is prevented with Horus. And sacrifice a red eye. So you're good. All right, that is the end of round number 5. It's Dragon Storm time. E3 is automatic. We don't roll for it anymore. But at the end of that round, we got Crimson and Football. We got Cat with a halo. Trigger with a 3rd halo. Bones with a 4th. We got Vox. $25-0. And they light up Strawman number 4 because they have a DZ advantage. Sliver. Vox 50. Sly 57. Each team losing a Sliver Blessing. All right, round 6. Final round. Let's start out with Football Master. 20-second timer. Orcus put out a Strawman. Blue Spark. Dust Iran. Dracarys to the tower and Dual Blast. Ron says, wait. Sir Tim going to prevent it. Orcus does put out that first Strawman, but the Dragon Tower still not lit. Trigger. You're up. 20-second timer. All right. Plow with a Snowstorm. Inventory team knows that that is a Snowstorm, which is Wave Award for Trigger. 2 blocks unpreventable. Green block and a blue block, and Trigger getting the Rabid Dog 50-point award as well for releasing the 2nd Plow. So we had the Junkyard Dog and the Rabid Dog. There is no ice block to your wall because it didn't take out a black block. Snowstorm still has to hit the black block in order to freeze your wall. All right. Dimes, your zombie is up. You can unlight 2 strawman or light 1 tower in round number 6. 2 strawman or tower power. Which one do you want to go with? All right. Putting out 2 of those strawman. Takes Vox down to 1. All right, let's go over to Cat. Actually, stop 1 moment. Triggers boss capped on her turn before we get to Cat. So I've got 136 points in Kangs. Flag number 2 for Vox. All right, now let's go to Cat. 20 seconds. Timer's up. Did not beat this timer. Vines to Bones, Gold Grizz to Bones, Max Spark to Bones, and H9 Dracarys to the tower. Zombie going to intervene to Dracarys. How about the Vines, Grizz, and Max Spark? All hits, Dimes. All right. So they do not light with the Dracarys. We get rid of the absorption. Grizz is going to launch Bones down to the no zone. And they're going to put a Max Spark, which is going to slow Bones down. All right, Dimes, you got an E3 and an E3. So you got an S6 before you start, 20-second timer. Because you got Dragon Storm and a Thraxus. Timer's up. Dime's going to play Jin Shi at his dragon number 4. 1 dragon remaining. Colossal Gideon. Torment Sir Tim. He has already been tormented, so you have to redirect that torment to somebody else. Blue Spark, Warrior Rage, H9 Dracarys to the wall. Changing it up this time. Ron says, I'll let it hit the wall. All right, so torment somebody else. Colossal Gideon. That is a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wow. Dimes with a S19 Dracarys. Doesn't hit the Dragon Tower, but it does take out All 3 red blocks. Gold bar for dimes. All right, going to put Torment on Crimson. The temple was quaked in round 5. Legendary effect. The temple is available this round. It is a 2-turn effect normally, but if it's played in 5, the legendary effect does fall off. Ron, we head over to you. This game is going to be a nail biter, I think. 20 seconds, Ron. Ron dust smoked. Beats the timer. Mythic Gideon moved to their DZ. Dracarys to the tower. Pet score. Max Spark Bones. Bones, you ain't moving. You're stuck by the dock of the bay. Bones going to intervene, though. All right, Gideon, movement, Max Spark. Shot to the tower is intervened, and a pet score to double it up. Bones, you're up. Before Bones' turn, we're going to Capper Boss with a Colossal Gideon. I think that is the first scoring pet for Team Sly. All right, now the timer's up. She's good. Talon dimes to the temple. Blackout Wand. Guess that was a good purchase, huh? Blackout Wand. No DZ points this round. E3 Dracarys to the tower. All right, summon Dracarys. or, summon Goddard with their Dracarys. Goddard is 100 points when summoned. And we'll also remove the 2 Sliver rings, immediately killing the Vox Sliver. Sliver is dead. You can. No, you absolutely can. Both teams can summon Goddard. All right, let's go over to Crimson. 20-second timer. This is why I want you guys to understand how powerful these Dracarys grenades were going to be. And how important sacrificing to have enough Sliver rings, because the quicker you light that tower, it's several rounds that they may not be scoring with their Sliver. You light that tower by round 2 or 3, that's a pretty huge advantage the rest of the game, right? So we have Crimson, Tiny, and Tim. Timer's up. All right, Crimson is playing Colossal Gideon, Blue Spark, Fear Smoke Dimes, H9 Dracarys to the Watchtower, Dime says it hits. And it does, and she selected the Watchtower. We've had a couple misdirects with the Dracarys tonight. Remember, once it's locked in, all right, Colossal Gideon's good. Fear Smoke is good. Dime's taking a chance by hitting hits. Dimes, since this is new, I'm going to allow the Watchtower to be tower. So I'm going to give you a chance to prevent it. There's a difference between aiming at the wall, but the tower, I'm going to allow the play to be the Dragon Tower. But I'm also going to allow you the opportunity to do something about it if you choose. Still hits. It's night number 1, and we got to get used to playing it. So I know what the intent was. The intent was the tower. Going forward, make sure we know the difference between the watchtower, the straw man, the wall, and also the dragon tower. All right, so Colossal Gideon is good. Fear smoke to dimes. Fears are out of the temple. Blue spark Dracarys to the watchtower. Will light the watchtower and summon Goddard. And will also kill the Sly. Now again, one additional ring would have kept that up a little bit longer, right? Both slivers are dead. 2 attacks left. Tiny, you're up. 20 seconds, Tiny. Timer's up. Talon dimes to the temple. Blue spark, seal and thrill. Spade grenade to the wall with dual blast. Mythic sonar from Ron. Six, 7, 8. Dimes is smoked, and we will nerf it. We're going to make it a S4. We had mass destruction, S4, S5, Grizzly equivalent. Black block and a green block. All right, Tiny, bring us home. Or I'm sorry, Sir Tim. Final move, Sir Tim. What is SK? Strawman. Okay, gotcha. All right. Ace Delighted Strawman. And we're going to go Super Thrill. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to go back. I did not add Dimes' Dragon Storm on her attack. So we're going to take that down one more block, Dimes. We'll take out that green block as well. 3 down to 2 because of Jin Shi. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. S7. Make it S 3.5 with dual blast. And it looks like a spade. Spade grenade for the inventory team, please. And we will get double blue blocks for Sir Tim. And that, everybody, is where we leave it. Couple things we got to add. Dimes. I would have used a Grizz on Crimson the last move. I did. Yeah, the Sonars is what took it down. The Sonars took it down from a S8. But instead of a Talon, I would have played a Grizz and knocked Crimson out of the temple. Because Crimson got a gold orb. 100 points. All right, let's get these blessings too. Crimson, number 5. Dimes, getting another blessing. We'll see how that works out. There were no additional halos given. So we count down. 5 blocks. That is going to take down the complete wall. And it'll take down 1 black block. Over on the other side, we've got 5. It's going to take down almost all of that wall. So walls are still pretty close. Might be a factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slight advantage for Vox. All right. Hey, DZ points, timers, everything is going to factor in. Good job, guys. Good job. I know first match, you're probably thinking about your strategies, but I think you guys played a heck of a game. There's opportunity in both spots. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll tally up the scores, and I'll let you know who won tonight's epic showdown. We'll be right back. No, Ron, because there was a blackout wand played. PCP, make sure we get a Ace Award for Tiny. And also the PCP DZ was split 75-75 between Bones and Cat. All right, everybody, we do have a winner tonight. We had a close one as promised. So we'll start out really quick with the points back and forth. We got Sly 750 to 450 on the flags. We got Vox 605 to 500 on the walls. Strawman, definitely a battle, but not a lot of points, but it was definitely worth it. 35 to 0. Vox, big advantage with Kangs tonight, 282 to 73. They had a good strategy with the scoring pets and with the stasis. A little bit of a lockdown there. Watchtower, 75 to 50. DZ, both teams close. DZ, 50 to 0. And timers, Sly a little better, minus 65 for Vox, minus 50 for Sly. Needles, 300 for Sly, 200 for Vox. With the core points, Sly had a slight advantage, 1723 to 1632. But then we get to the PCP points. PCP, we had Gold Bar, one of them, each team. We had a Cannonball, a Tire, Junkyard Dog, and Rabid Dog, 50 and 50. So using that plow. Wave Awards, 2 of them. We also had 75 points in the PCP DZ, Golden Orb, and Goddard for a total of 525. Over on the other side, we had Gold Bar, Cannonball, Tire, Ace Award, Dynamite, PCP, and also Goddard, 325. So 200-point advantage for Team Vox. But we get down to the extras. And again, it's close at this point. Extras, Slivers, 220 to 215. The deductions, minus 166 for Vox, minus 76 for Sly. The extra points, the Dark Bosses, the Watchers, etc., 115 Vox, 70 Sly. As I said, it was a close one. Could have went down to a couple moves either way. Vox on the road, 23-26. Sly, 22-57. About 70-point differential. And again, like we said, 1 extra prevention, the Temple, so many things. But both of you should be really, really proud to get out of the gates. Good scoring night. Vox, just a few points better. But definitely nothing to regret by either team. You guys played a heck of a game. So have a good night, everybody. Vox 1-0. Sly, you're super, super close. Also, Sly was missing 2 players tonight. So heck of a job, down 2 players. So you guys absolutely crushed it. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for Fish Fights Playoffs. We'll see you then. Peace.